طيب، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آه طبعا المحاضرة النهاردة will focus on the project delivery approaches. يعني ايه project delivery approaches؟ اللي هي الطرق المختلفة اللي المشروعات بتتنفذ بيها، بيتم تحديد المقاول وطريقة العمل من خلالها. آه طبعا the project delivery approaches uh, are very important to consider from the beginning of the project because they can affect everything from the development of the construction documents to the selection process of the contractor to the stages and quality of work at the end. There are many project delivery approaches that are applied. First one is the owner is the contractor of the project. So he hires an architect to develop the design and construction documents, and the owner will take care of the construction himself through his company. The other type, this is the most common type. It's called design bid build, where there is a single prime contractor is assigned to build the project. So the architect is required to develop the design, the construction documents, and make a bidding and select a contractor and then assigned and this is a common method that is used all the time, most of the time. If the project is so big, it can be divided into several parts, and each part has a main contractor, a prime contractor for his part. So as when we are building, for example, a university, we hire several contractors to build different buildings because it's a huge project, cannot be done by one contractor. Construction management, this is, of course, an important, especially when we have multiple contractors and we have complex types of work that require a management between the contractors and the suppliers and the owner and the users. So it requires a construction management by an assigned office or consultant. The next type is called design build. And design build is a firm or an office that designs and builds at the same time. So it's a designer and contractor. This is made of 2 or 3 or 4 partners. One or two are taking care of the design and the construction documents, and 1 or 2 are taking care of the contracting or construction as contractors. So it's one firm that provides all the services. There are other types that are less known. It's called early award, where you develop quick scope drawings and documents and select based on them and a contractor to start early to work on the project while you are preparing the detailed design and the final construction documents. Another type is called fast track. Fast track, that the project is required to finish early, so it is start construction even before the design is finished. So they go parallel, design and construction together at the same time. These are some diagrams that illustrate the relationship between the designer, the design professional, and the owner and the contractors or subcontractors in the delivery process. So in this case, we have the design professional hires sub-consultants, structural, mechanical, electrical, and so forth. And the designer signs a contract with the owner. The owner is himself is the contractor, the main contractor. Uh, and he provides the subcontractors and the suppliers and so forth. So it's only a design contract, and the owner takes care of the rest. The single prime contract, this is the common type of delivery. Where the owner first hires a design professional to provide the design and the construction documents. And then they go through the bidding to select the contractor. Then the contractor is assigned with he brings his own subcontractors and suppliers. So this process takes a sequence of activities to be achieved. The other type is the construction, the multiple prime contract. The owner has a consultancy firm or the designer with his consultants and hires several contractors for different parts of the work, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on the size of the project that is required. So this is, of course, become a complex that requires a construction management, a manager to organize and monitor the process of construction between the owner and the designer and the contractor or different contractors. There are currently firms that are specialized in the construction management activity. Then we have the design professional as construction manager. Some architects or consultancy firms, they also provide project management or construction management activities. So the owner assigns a design professional manager who deals with the consultants and the subcontractors, and the owner becomes the focal point of the project. As we said, there is a design build. There is a contractor. The contractor has consultants, design consultants. They provide the design and has subcontractors who build the project. And we will know the difference and the benefits of each type. The first type we talked about is the early award. This is, of course, informal type of assignment where the consultant or the architect is required to provide what we call early pricing documents. These are quick drawings, working drawings, but very simple and quick bills of quantities and specifications so that the 3 or 4 or 5 contractors selected by the owner can provide pricing for the project, and based on the prices, because they are all selected and known, the contractor is selected. So in that case, the architect is required to develop what we call early pricing documents. Design bid build, this is what we call the traditional method. This is where the owner assigns a designer. The designer makes the schematic design, the design development, the construction documents, and then there is a bidding and negotiation with the contractors and assigned contractors based on the lowest construction price or other criteria, maybe experience, maybe availability, maybe any other requirements by the owner. And then the contractor is assigned to start the work. This is what we call design bid build. This is the common known for the this traditional method. So as we said, in the design bid build, the architect is hired by the owner to create the design documents and construction documents, and the architect will assign the MEP, mechanical, electrical, air conditioning, plumbing services consultants, and they develop the bills of quantities and cost estimates and schedules for the project. Once the design is approved and completed, they send to the contractors what we call request for bids. It can be open or closed. It's called RFP, request for proposals or request for bids. These are abbreviations that are used in the profession. And then the contractors receive the documents and provide prices and vision of their work. So during the bidding time, the architect and the consultants are required to answer any bidding questions, assist the owner in evaluation, and selecting the appropriate contractor. Once the contractor is selected, the work begins in the project and the contractor starts the construction. This is the most familiar method in the industry. It is, in theory, it is based on the low cost project, and so that the owner is sure that he gets the lowest price based on the competition between the contractors. The problem is that of this method is that it keeps the contractor away from the design process until the design is completed, and it takes a long time to design and then make bidding and then assign the contractor. So, and usually it results in conflicts between the design documents and the constructability in the project because the contractor did not see the drawings at any time before the bidding. Also, selecting a bidder based on the lowest price may result in selecting less qualified contractors. It can affect the quality of the product and the work. So it's not only the lowest price. It is usually based on several criteria. One of them is the price. And in general, it is the accepted type of bidding or delivery approach used to limit the budget and tighten the time, and it works well with simple projects. And in theory or in the law, this is the approved type of assigning work to contractors, and the government should select the lowest price based on the closed bids offers. When the project is too big, we require multiple prime contracts, several contractors to do the work at the same time. You might have one contractor for the infrastructure and then several contractors for the superstructures, the buildings, and each one takes part of the project. Of course, based on the drawings and the construction supervision, all the buildings will look alike at the end, but they are made by different contractors. So in that case, the architect has to know from the beginning whether there will be one contractor or multiple contractors, so that when developing the construction documents, he should develop several packages, one package for each contract or each part of the project. And these should be very carefully organized and created by the designer, taking care of the overlaps of the work or conflicts of work between the different contractors and materials, the workers, the engineers, site engineers, and so forth. So there has to be a clear and يعني, organization and coordination between the packages that the designer will provide. When there are multiple prime contractors, the project is huge. We need a special firm or consultant that takes care of the management and how the contractors will work together, how the material will come to the site, the quality, make sure that the quality of the work is similar between the contractors, and organize the work together. And it's usually required, especially in the fast track projects, when projects are required to be finished quickly, and the construction management is very important in this stage. Again, the construction documents must reflect this type of delivery, the administrative and the contractual differences between the contractors and the project management, and the roles and responsibilities of each one. So the construction management takes care of the all activities in the site, and can be selected from the beginning of the project based on scope documents. These scope documents, they provide the owner with a scope or what the manager will do and responsibilities, and the manager can put price on the activities based on this scope document. طبعا the scope documents, as we said in the early awards, they are just sufficient documents to provide the scope and the responsibilities and activities required from each one. And the submissions, the deliverables, the payments, and all the responsibilities that are done. Now we have what we call design build. Design build can be medium or small size firm, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, and usually has one good designer and one good contractor. They work together they do the whole process from the schematic design to the specifications, to the quantities, to the pricing, to the construction, to the selection of suppliers and supervision of work. It's sometimes called turnkey. So she do the design and the construction at the same time. This is useful because the designer and the contractor, they work together from the beginning to organize and coordinate the work and maybe provide details of the construction process to the owner. They can also organize their work and make sure that they have time and manpower and everything to complete the work on time. They might change some parts of the drawings to suit their expertise and capabilities. It has its own benefits, but sometimes also it affects the design quality because the construction or the contractor tends to simplify the work to make it easier, and that might affect the quality of the design. So design build is has its positives, and because the owner also deals with one person, that is designer and contractor at the same time, and also the team is complete, designer and contractor. So the pricing during the construction is kept to the minimum. They already know who is going to build what. And also it is, yani the relationship is clear from the beginning of the project. It's a good approach to uh, provide projects in less time because they can progress the work during the design. And it is not needed to provide all the details from the beginning since they work together. So that the details of the design can be provided later. And the it's typically used for projects when the owner um, has clearly established the requirements before design. So if the owner is knowledgeable and aware of what he wants of the design from the beginning, this will help the design build firm to perform better. Um, if the owner does not know exactly what he wants, this will create uh, conflicts during the construction based on the confusion in the beginning. So it has its positives and negatives as any other delivery approach. One important type of delivery is called fast track projects. This, of course, is a project that is needed urgently in a very short time. So there is no time to finish the design and then make a bidding and then start construction. No, construction starts very early, based on yeah, the scope documents, and um, no bidding is happening. It's assigned from the beginning to a designer and contractor, and they need to work urgently, quickly. And this, of course, will require a very high level of coordination because any mistake or any delay will affect the project tremendously. So after we finished the different types of delivery approaches, if you don't have any questions, I have questions. Okay, so we'll start with my questions. The first question is, how does early award approach differ from traditional bidding? So you need to write these questions and write the answers uh, after we finish in the summary. How does the early award approach differ from traditional bidding methods? Okay. The second question is, what are the potential drawbacks of selecting the lowest bidder in a design bid build project? What are the drawbacks of selecting the lowest bidder or the lowest price in a design bid build project? The next question is, what is the role of the architect or engineer in the design bid build process? We focus on the design bid build, of course, because this is the most used, or the one used most of the time in governmental or big work. The next question is, how does the use of multiple prime contracts affect project delivery? How does the use of multiple prime contracts affect project delivery? Okay. I have the answers, but we will not show them here. Uh, so I think with that, we completed our lecture. And if you have any question, you can ask now, or are you all there?
اه يا دكتور.
اوكي
اه
تمام.
يا دكتور
اوكي
محمد.
طيب تمام. Okay, so I want you to answer the questions in the Cornell notes and send the Cornell notes as early as possible before 11 a.m. So you need to send the Cornell notes before 11 a.m. Okay, thank you very much, and wish you all the best.